Hey, welcome back to Happy Little No Trees. It's been a hot minute. Holidays have been coming on, birthday parties, all kinds of crazy things. But I've been working on a short film here, and it's kind of more of a demo thing for a client. And just thought it'd be fun to dive into making, because I was making the title card, and I thought it'd be fun to do the tutorial on how to make the title card. He I don't know. It was kind of a request that I wanted to do, but yeah, we're going to just talk about how to make a title card that kind of does that. So it has that Mission Impossible kind of vibe to it of the new Dead Reckoning. That's kind of what I went with. So we're just going to start with going with, we're in this black space of death right now. The easiest way, we're just going to go with video transition. Fusion comp. We're going to just put a new Fusion composition in our timeline here. And we're going to go into Fusion and say, hello, Fusion. Welcome back, old friend. How are we doing? We can turn off our clips. Nope, don't want clips to stay on. That's fine, because that's a positioning thing. And so we're just going to pull in our text plus node, doop, 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 and give our title. Let's just start with Merry Christmas. We'll just start with that. Boop. Merry Christmas. Because you know what? If there's anything you'll ever want to do is make a title card for some family Christmas movie thing that you're doing. I don't know. So we're just setting up some basic housekeeping of our node tree here. So we just have our background, which is just going to be our baseline of our thing, and then we got our text. And so we can kind of pick whatever font we want. Let's go with something fun, something blocky. Nothing. That was actually cursive-y. Is that cursive-y? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Winslow book. It's a mix of like Garamond and Georgia and a couple other things. It just has this, just this whimsical feel to it, especially when you get into other things like this. I think I have a problem. I'm not sharing that on there. There we go. There, it's on the big screen up there. Yeah. Getting used to a new setup, doing things a little bit differently. So yeah, Winslow Book. I'm a big fan of that font. I use it all the time. But yeah, semi-bold, bold italic, black italic. Let's just do that one's actually going to look nice for what we're doing. All right, so that's our text, and that's what we're starting with, and everything like that. We're going to just start with, now what we want to do is the Mission Impossible, it kind of has, it's a blacked out logo and stuff like that. And so we're just going to kind of start with building up an ellipse. So we're going to drop in our ellipse tool here, and we're going to just draw this ellipse on the screen and kind of just make it to about the same size as our font. We're going to just position it a little bit low so the bottom half is there. And we're going to just make sure it is full on there. And we're going to make this really thin, like that. And maybe we'll add another ellipse to it and just keep building up this shape. So now we can see this up in here. This is what our picture looks like. We're just kind of making a mat. We're just going to take this height all the way down. We're just going to kind of make a little blobble. Bloop, bloop. And then ellipse one, we're going to just want to tack this center. We'll just do this. A little bit of an equal. Let's just make sure that this center is tacked on to our ellipse one, which was the main one. So there we go. So now they are joined together, a little spaceship there. And then we're going to go with, on this one, we're going to put a little bit of a soft edge, kind of just fade that in. And this one, we want it just to be a little bit different. There we go. And you can see how we're getting there. You're going to be like, what are we doing? So then we just have that alpha. We're going to put that in to a background that is white. just going to make that white. Just like that, just so we know. And we're going to call that something fancy like explosion. Boom. Then we're going to get fancy. We're going to select a tool. We're going to call, whoa. Don't want to do that. Why does my tool always appear over here? So we want to just get Xglow. So this is a plugin from Reactor. We can see how that's doing there. So now we have our explosion is just that. And then we have our Xglow, which is creates this differential fall off. We can give this a nice color. We're going to give it a nice orangey, maybe a green. Let's start with green. We'll change. We can always change it later. That is one of the fun things. But Xglow, if you go into it, it's something from Reactor. So just, you know, search and download any number of plugins from Reactor. But this is how I like to make my lightsabers, if I'm doing something with lightsabers and a lot of other things. But we got that nice little glowy thing up there. Like that. We can actually pump this in behind our text. And now you can see how it's behind the text right there. And so our ellipses might be a little bit big. That's not bad for where we're going. We'll see where we're at in a second. The next one, this is another Reactor, is Tintensity. And let's just pick a slightly complementary color to that green, call it blue. And just kind of pick something that feels right. That vibrance a little bit. Kind of make some tweaks. And there is our glow. And you're like, oh man, that is vibrant. You can kind of take this explosion and kind of just bring in a little bit more of a core green. Xglow. We want that to be a roll off to the edges, so we'll just put that there. Kind of roll that off a little bit and add a little. We're just making some changes, making this look pretty. You'll see why in a second. Glow size, let's see, make that bigger. And we want glow wrap only, let's see there. That I think is what we're going for. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. There's our explosion and our text and everything that we got going on. See that up there, but our text is blocky and everything like that. So if we take our text and we change our text to black, you'll see it better, right? Yeah, it's right there. But what we can do is take this text and go like this. Give me a matte, control, node, and we just add this text to that so we can see our text has its own matte. And we can take that matte and we can pump it into here. And then we can say, tell this merge to apply that mask inverted. Okay, now we're cooking, and we can actually turn this off, and now we have our text like that. And so if this merge turns off, our text will fade away. Ooh, there we go. That's cooking with fire now. Merry Christmas. Ha ha ha. And so we're really just using our text as a knockout to that ellipse set that we made. And that's nice. So now we can go and pretty much keyframe. So right here, we would want it to stay pretty much like that. What we're going to want to do is, let's see here. Let's think about this for a second. So we have this. One of the things we can do is take this background. We'll make this background. So we made our text. Our text can be any color. Let's make our text, go back and change, transform text. We had said our text was black. Let's just make our text white. It doesn't change anything on our comp because it doesn't matter. Our comp is just being used as a knockout tool. And then we can put this over our background here. And we can go up in our viewer and see that and go, well, that background isn't black. We can go, there's that. And then we can go edge detect. And just go with that. This is edge detect, grayscale edges. We can give this a nice rosy red. Just kind of a neon-y. There we go. Put that down over here. So the edge detect, luma key. There we go. Right like that. Right like so. So that's our text, and we're just using that as a null to black. And we're using that to create just a little bit of a fun little comp right there, like that. That then makes a knockout with this. And we can take fast noise. We can kind of, let's add in a little fast noise here, because everyone wants fast noise. Oops. So where you can see it's edge detecting, it's doing maybe not. We want, let's add the fast noise to intensity. You can see what that's doing over there. And we can check our fast noise over here. We kind of want a lot of contrast. There we go. I'm going to just crank that seed right up. I'm going to just change the scale. That's going to give little dimples to our intensity, to that glow green that we got going on. So now we can bring some of that color back to the forefront of it by saying, let's go with a blur. And I'm just gonna go up to there. Come on, little buddy. Let me tell that blur to make things blurry, kind of like that. And I'm gonna bring that down in front of everything. And we're going to tell our matte over here to go there. And now we have some bleed through, and we can actually take down this a little bit because we want this to be a screen. And we'll make this screen as well. Zoom that up. And then we actually might want to just pump in our text directly as white, but kind of take it down a little bit. And this is getting complex. Now we want that nice explosion to happen. We can probably bring in our border edge. That one, just see how that goes. That. And we can go with border. Yeah. So we can actually take this border width here and go border width equals, and we're going to just take this and tie it together with this one. Oops, where did my lips go? And that's just drag. Come on, load it. And we want to tie these border widths together. Boop. So now when we change border width to number 1, it changes it in number 2. So that seems like it got very big. We'll just go down there. Lips border width 1. Oh, that's weird. Undo that. Undo whatever I just did. So, that's interesting. We knock out. Ooh, that adds some little gradients to it, to the final image. You know, sometimes I get bogged down with, now I'm just trying to make it look really, really, really good of what I want, and I don't know where I'm going to go with this. I know how I built it in the other system, and now I'm just playing around with things, because, like, I don't know. Sometimes you might like it, sometimes you might not. It all kind of depends. So we have that as our blocked out. we can kind of maybe take that out and just kind of get rid of that. And just see here. So if we have our, so what you do here at this point is pretty much go with, we want that width to expand. We kind of want that height to be a little bit shorter, I think. Not too short, not too high. Ooh. Just want to dial in height here. And kind of see what we're doing. Maybe take this out for now. And just take that off for now. And we're just going to go with, if we have that explosion for that title card, we want this to be off for now. And to come on later. So around halfway through our animation, we'll have that be off, because otherwise it'll be there when we start, and then we'll fade it on with just changing the blend. So as you go through the keyframes, it turns on and off, and there you go. And then for this one, I think I'll just take, we'll just take this ellipse, and we're going to just keep dialing back the height a little bit. We don't need, we have that glow and we have that shadow. We don't really need a lot of height. I'm going to actually take this ellipse and kind of dial it back to even more. It just needs to be a little bit bigger than the other one. So maybe 0.02 works for what we're going for. So now we're here, this is where we want it, so we can hit these guys and go boop, boop. That's the height and width that we want that ellipse to be, and this is the height and width that we want this ellipse to be at the center of our thing. And then we're going to go back to the start, and we're going to say we want that width to be 0. And we want this width we don't really want to change this width, so we want to kind of start and bring that on. So right about there, yeah, let's have that, and then and just do its level control. Boom. And so now we have this animation going. And it says Merry Christmas and fades on like that. Boom. Be very nice. Nice. Now you just need Santa Claus to go across the top. Some particles to be generated because you need snow. There is the whole P emitter in snow. I think we've been going for quite a while. This is going to be a long video. But anyways, that's kind of just playing around with things like Xglow and just making a knockout text that then has kind of that explosion effect. And it modulates because we have that fast noise hitting that intensity, so there's some movement to it. And then we can bring up, if we wanted to, we can bring this up and actually use this to create a new matte. Let's just see what happens here. If we do a new matte, and we have, what does that look like? And so it's just that glaze, but we don't want it to be green anymore. We actually want to change its color. So we can actually change its color to a red by just going color correct and kind of just pushing it reddish. So it has that kind of a warm glow, soft like that. So we're just going to tweak it like that. And we're going to put that over our text like that. Boom. So that, then we can go with screen And we can go with, we want that. Yeah, let's maybe do this again. So it's only on our text. There we go. And we can fade that on. Yeah. Maybe make a little tweak. I have that as blur, controls, kind of bring up a little bit more. Kind of make that a darker red. Hue contrast. Just trying to find that happy medium of glowiness that we want to be. There we go. That's not bad. So one of the things we can do then is take a transform How do we do that? So then if it comes back, it is then not bad. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully this was not that long of a video. But anyways, if you enjoyed Happy Little Notaries, please like, subscribe, do all those other YouTubey things. I was just playing around with making a knockout text animation. Now, I'm assuming that I took the time to render this and it's playing for you. But if not, hit like, subscribe, and do all those other YouTubey things. Until next time, this has been me, Greg, your host of Happy Little Notaries. Ta-ta for now.